up on global business. Driving force, China's top legislator Zhao Lejie addresses Boao Forum, vows China's economy will be a strong driving force for world recovery. Conference booster, multinational corporations remain bullish on long-term market prospects in China, vow continued investment. Hiring trends. We take a closer look at the new trend of companies seeking more artificial intelligence-generated content talent during the current hiring season. From CGTN headquarters here in Beijing, this is Global Business. I'm Sha Vandenberg. Today is the third day of the Boao Forum for Asia, one of the region's high-profile conferences on development. The four-day event runs until Friday in South China's Hainan province. The opening plenary of the Boao Forum for Asia commenced on Thursday. China's top legislator Zhao Lejie and leaders of multiple countries and international organizations attended the plenary. CGTN's Gao Wang has more.
Asia in a World, Common Challenges, Shared Responsibilities. This is the theme for this year's Boao Forum for Asia. Zhao Lejie, chairman of the National People's Congress Standing Committee, delivered a keynote speech at the opening plenary.
China will proactively dock with high-standard international economic and trade rules and build a market-oriented, law-based and international first-class investment environment. China will also continue to shorten the negative list for foreign investment access and remove all restrictions on foreign investment access in the manufacturing sector.
Zhao said that promoting high-quality development and Chinese modernization will inject strong impetus into recovery of the world economy and provide more opportunities for the development of other countries. He also stressed that China will continue to pursue green development and opening up, as well as strengthening global cooperation in scientific innovation.
China will adhere to the strategy of innovation-driven development, promote industrial innovation through scientific and technological innovation, and speed up the development of new quality productive forces.
China is opening, and this is very important as China's economy is growing rapidly, and this is long-term trend. I believe that China can bring to the world technologies, knowledge, investments, and this is very important for neighboring region, for the global world.
The Asian economy is growing. It's one of the fastest growing economies in the world, including China, India, and many other countries. And it is also very relevant that we address the challenges that are emanating out of growth, as well as existing challenges that are there in the world.
While some international institutions predicting that Asia will remain the engine of the global economy in 2024, this year's panel discussions focusing on Asia include topics such as deepening financial cooperation, promoting investment, and building the region as a growth center. Gao Wang, CGTN, Boao, Hainan Province.
Earlier, my colleague Guan Xin sat down with Carlos Gutierrez, former Secretary of Commerce of the United States. He shared his insights on China-U.S. relations and China's economic prospects.
I think we can have a relationship that would be a gift to the world. The whole world wants us to get along. It's one of the things I notice here is people from every country I talk to, they want the U.S. and China to figure out a way to get along. And we have to. We're going to, we're going to be around for a long time. And I think we owe it to ourselves and to the world.
There's a theory in the West that China's economy has peaked, running out of steam, facing structural challenges. Do you agree with them?
One of the things about the China model is that they've always found a way to grow. It's no longer real estate, but consumers are getting more active. Initiatives like Belt and Road, there has been a lot of creativity, a lot of business innovation. So growing 5% on a market this size is a tremendous accomplishment, and I think China can continue.
Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao recently held meetings with more than 20 CEOs of multinational companies, including Tim Cook of Apple. These meetings proved fruitful, with a spokesperson from the Commerce Ministry highlighting their significance in reaffirming China's commitment to fostering a favorable business environment and expanding investment opportunities for multinational corporations within the country. Recent data from the ministry further revealed a notable increase of nearly 35% in the number of newly established companies with foreign shareholdings during the first 2 months of this year. 6 months after the implementation of China's 24 measures for attracting foreign direct investment, official updates of these measures have been released. The revisions include extensions of tax breaks for foreign employees and domestic R&D equipment purchases, as well as enhancement in foreign executive travel procedures. Hansen To, chairman KPMG China and Asia Pacific, a global leading services firm, has stated that these updated measures have sent positive signals for China's further opening up.
I think these 24 measures it couldn't be more timely. At the moment, we would still like to see even more foreign investment getting interested in coming back into China, investing further into China to boost their existing footprints and investments in China. And we can see, not just local governments, local policies, but as recently as yesterday or a couple of days ago, President Xi actually welcomed a number of U.S. CEOs and had a very encouraging, open, honest discussion with them about how China is an economy that really welcomes all of their investments. And hopefully, through actions and policies that we've just discussed, we can really see a rapid increase in foreign direct investment in the next 1 to 2 years coming into China. I think all of us who, especially business leaders like myself, who have the opportunity to travel overseas, and we have a big community of us, really should be, wherever we go, tell the China story. What's the economy actually like? How much development, positive developments actually happened in the last 3, 4, 5 years since the last time someone might have visited the country. And hopefully through activities like this, or even inviting our global business leaders coming back into China to have their meetings here, will help improve that business and investment sentiment.
For more insights on foreign enterprises stepping up investment in China, especially U.S. firms, let's bring Liu Zhiqin, Senior Fellow at Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies of Renmin University of China. Professor Liu, good to see you. So what were the main topics discussed at the meeting between President Xi Jinping and U.S. business representatives yesterday, and how significant is this meeting to China-U.S. economic ties?
I know that this meeting is so important to China and the American business cycle, whereas we know that this is the first important meeting between President Xi Jinping and the high level, the American businessman in this year. So we know that the very significant message have been sent to the whole world. During the meeting, President Xi Jinping expressed concern about the cooperation between China and America, introduced the development situation in China, also what measures we have taken to solve all the uncertainties and the challenges, and what policies we are taking or we have already taken to deal with all these problems, and also give more confidence to the American side that we have close cooperation with each other for benefits for both sides. Especially 2 points I think should be emphasized. First, President Xi Jinping expressed that China's economy is very healthy, is very sustainable. These 2 points is very important to the American side, as I know that the reaction from the delegation are very positive. We see that what the meaning of the healthy, because we don't have any high inflation pressure. Also sustainable because China has adopted a policy that for green development and new energy development and promoting all these new technologies in China. So for a sustained purpose of China's economy, it's also very crucial not only for China's modernization, but also for the whole world economic recovery. So from these two signals, we can see that China's development will promote and also will make more contribution to the global development and recovery.
Yeah, definitely. Now, how did the guests interpret the outcomes of the meeting, and what are the implications that they see for future interactions?
I think 2 points should be discussed. First, many of the delegates feel so happy because they have seen China with their own eyes, with the top leader, President Xi Jinping, and also they visited many Chinese entrepreneurs and see the development on the China's landscape. They saw so many new buildings and new infrastructures that have facilities have helped China's economic recovery. So that's why they say that to invest in China is to invest in the future. So this is a very key word that expressed by the delegates. And secondly, also they feel that China has also reiterated the importance how to implement our economic reform and economic opening up. For instance, we have to adopt the policy as the international rule of doing business. So everybody should abide these rules of international laws. So for mutual respect and future equality and for mutual benefits, this is the key point for both sides.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your insights. Please stay with us for more discussions later in the program. You're watching Global Business, still to come. Hiring trends. We take a closer look at the new trend of companies seeking more artificial intelligence-generated content talent during the current hiring season.
In response to global challenges and recognizing our shared destiny, we must promote peace, development, and cooperation. Addressing common challenges and fulfilling our shared responsibilities. Join us at the Boao Forum for Asia Any Conference 2024.
China has set a target to create a minimum of 12 million new jobs in urban areas this year, according to the 2024 government work report. Besides this, China will also strive to maintain the surveyed unemployment rate at around 5.5%. As the economy continues to transition towards quality growth, CGTN will take a closer look at the emerging career opportunities during this spring hiring season. AI engineers emerged as the highest paid professionals in the talent hiring market in early March, earning an average monthly salary that was 1,300 yuan higher than chip engineers who secured the second spot. Additionally, job offerings in the field of AI-generated content have increased sixfold compared to the previous year. Our Zhang Shixuan explores this emerging trend during a visit to Shanghai.
大家好。
This is the digital avatar of renowned AI scientist Tang Xiao speaking at SenseTime's annual event, talking about the past year and what's ahead. The video has gone viral on China's social media. Tang was a frequent speaker at the opening sessions of the World Artificial Intelligence Conference, but passed away in December. And SenseTime's digital avatar team used AI technology to simulate him as a digital tribute.
首先是征得了汤老师家人的同意。
We first asked for Tang's family's agreement. During the video production process, we found around 5 voice samples from previous videos, and each of them were cut into prompts of several seconds for AI training. Then the AI can generate different emotional tones.
Zhu joined the company 3 years ago after getting his master's degree majoring in information systems.
R&D project management requires a tech background because our clients use a lot of tech industry jargon.
Zhu says most of his classmates got 2 or 3 job offers upon graduation. SenseTime is constantly looking for new qualified professionals. There has been a race to develop big AI models in China since last year. Almost all tech giants in the country have launched their own. Competition is fierce, but that has triggered new demand for professionals.
The foundation model and deep learning is a very fast-changing area, and even I was a teacher to teach the undergraduates for the deep learning course. So during the past 5 years, I changed a lot of my textbooks, my slides, to keep up with the most up-to-date development of the technology. I have my students just will be graduating this year. They have very highly competitive salaries from the top companies. They even have the opportunity to go abroad to join some U.S. companies in terms of the machine learning areas.
Students at Shanghai Jiaotong University studying these technologies seem to have very clear career goals.
I'm a PhD student in computer science, or specifically in deep learning for optimizations and for urban computing, transportations, or the systems can be used in people's daily lives. I'd like to join in the AI industry, like the web companies at the Huawei or Tencent or Google, something like that. Because in my campus career, I just writing codes and writing papers, something like that. And I believe that the true meaning of doing the AI GC stuff is to make it apply to the real world, right, in people's daily life.
I'm currently a master's student in computer science department, and my research interests mainly lie in deep generative networks and machine learning for combinatorial optimization problems. I would like to continue my career as an AI researcher and bring more valuable applications or algorithms to the world.
There are many large language models applied to the bio field, which is hot in recent years. This is also an area that I'm about to study. I want to be a teacher at College for AI Research. I'm also thinking of joining industrial applications of AI for science.
In the first week after the Spring Festival, data from Liepin showed new job offer numbers rose almost a quarter from a year ago, the highest growth in 5 years. Job growth in the internet sector was the highest, rising 21%, driven by the desire for AI-generated content. Zhang Shixuan, ICS for CGTN, Shanghai.
Now for more discussions on the new trend of companies seeking more artificial intelligence-generated content talent during the current hiring season, let's bring back Liu Zhiqin, Senior Fellow at the Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies at Renmin University of China. So what do you think are the primary factors that drive the emergence of the new quality productive forces and occupations, and how do they impact China's economy?
I think we should focus on 2 points. One is the new, because we see the new quality productive force, the main based on the new technology. This new technology is not the technology that we do not understand or unknown to the human being, but all these traditional technologies modified, revised, created. All these technology also belong to the new quality productive force, because it can upgrade and improve and promote, stimulate the high quality development. So this is a real sense of this new quality productive force. Actually, we should understand in other way that now people always talking about AI. AI is one part of the new quality productive force, but I think this is not enough. In China, we should try to create SI. SI is a smart intelligence. Smart intelligence should be upgrade of the AI. That means we have more channels, more opportunity to create more jobs and more technology. So science and technology creation and development is the core point of this new quality productive force. It will have a big contributor to the whole world development, not only in science and technology, but also in normal economic development. This is my understandings.
Yeah, and what do you think are the significant developments and challenges observed in this year's jobs market? How do they reflect the overall economic conditions in China?
Actually, the job creation or job market is a parameter for all countries' economic development, especially for developing countries, because many developing countries are suffering from the high unemployment rate. But China has really found a way to solve this problem, because we create so many good opportunities and chances to create new jobs for young graduates, and also for those job-waiting people from countryside, from both sides. So we are under pressure of the employment, but still we find the best way to create new opportunities and jobs. For instance, we have more urbanization, and also on the other side we have the ruralization. That means the rural modernization. From both markets, we need a lot of new jobs and new employees, especially for those new professionals. We need a lot of that scientific research and engineers. And for instance, as we know that the high quality teachers in high school, in university are in the high demand. And also, I would like also to discuss and suggest for the industrial section that we should try to restore, to remain the labor-intensive industry, especially for developing countries. That we need, of course, some automatic production line, but at the same time, simultaneously, we need also to remain that the labor-intensive jobs in order to cut the cost of the production, in order to increase the efficiency of this production. This way is the best way to solve the unemployment pressure. But actually, in China, as we know, the service industry and also service in the consumer industry, that we are needing a lot of the new jobs and professionals. So I'm optimistic that this year we can find a better way to solve this job market pressure.
Good to know. Thank you so much for your insights. Always great to have you on the show. Liu Zhiqin, Senior Fellow at the Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies of Renmin University of China. Chinese consumer electronics maker Xiaomi launched its highly anticipated electric vehicle earlier today with promises of deliveries by April. The standard version of the SU7, a sporty four-door sedan, is priced at 215.9 thousand yuan or $30,000 US. The launch marks the tech company's entry to the world's largest EV market, which is growing quickly but is already crowded. In 2021, Xiaomi CEO and founder Lei Jun announced the company's ambition to make cars. The company is also looking to create an ecosystem that connects its smartphone, home appliances, and cars.
Intelligentization is the key to success in the smart EV market competition. With our 14 years of experience in smartphone manufacturing, we are well equipped to apply smartphone technology to our cars.
Australia is pushing ahead with its green transition but lags behind in terms of electric vehicle use when compared to other developed countries. Experts say, however, a change in the government's approach toward EVs and a greater focus by Chinese automakers are helping to drive demand. Greg Navarro explains.
EV Direct's Chief Executive Officer David Smitherman knows that selling a range of electric vehicles in Australia can be challenging.
And talking to our sales team around the country, they just tell me that the buying cycle is a little longer for an EV because they've got to educate.
That's because Australia ranks low among developed countries when it comes to electric vehicle use. Experts say out of the 20 million registered vehicles in this country, which is roughly one for every person of driving age, 99.9% are powered by fossil fuels. Australia has relied solely on imported motor vehicles since the last domestic automotive manufacturing plant here closed in 2017. And experts say overseas electric vehicle manufacturers have been reluctant to enter Australia because of the lack of any national emission standards.
A lot of markets really attract those electric models because there's more incentive to sell them there, or less of a disincentive, shall we say. For the Australian market, you've got a lack of vehicle choice.
And until recently, those EV choices, including Teslas, were at the higher price range. But that's precisely why EV Direct, the distributor of Chinese company BYD, entered the Australian market.
The market opportunity for EVs in Australia is enormous.
And it appears to be paying off. Since 2022, it sold nearly 20,000 vehicles.
It is an easier market to access, and a big part of that is the trade barriers that you see being thrown up in Europe and the US. Still, obviously, a lot of domestic vehicle manufacturing in those regions. We don't have that in Australia.
Australia's current government has aggressively promoted electric vehicles. It's pledged to beef up the country's EV charging network and release a national emission standard next year. Other Chinese auto manufacturers plan to roll out EV models later this year.
We need more affordable electric vehicles. We need more models of different types. We know in China that there's many more models to choose from, many more types of vehicle to choose from.
And experts say that will likely encourage other overseas auto manufacturers to take a second look at Australia as a viable EV market. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Sydney.
During the ongoing Boao Forum, a roundtable panel discussion centered around the topic of intellectual property protection took place. The panel brought together high-level officials and scholars who engaged in a meaningful dialogue, highlighting the significance of fostering innovation.
The top 10 EV makers in China now own 100,000 patents under the International Patent Cooperation Treaty. Also, China has become a major lithium battery technology exporter. Intellectual property protection is the fundamental way to encourage innovation, especially on the green development front.
Chinese authorities will improve the copyright laws, as well as the regulations around the copyright issues. We will also establish a voluntary copyright registration system and put it in trial.
Sustainability challenges, you need to innovate, you need to bring new technologies, and you have to use them in a way that makes it compatible with the tradition and with specific characteristics of the products.
The Boao Forum has placed significant emphasis on nurturing and empowering young entrepreneurs. One such inspiring individual is Liu Yating, an entrepreneur born in the 90s, who has successfully reimagined the millennium-old white Jingdezhen ceramics with a captivating twist. I'm Misha Vandenberg in Beijing. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
玲珑瓷呢，它是属于一项破坏性生产工艺，它是在一个完整的坯体上呢进行镂空这个工艺，然后再填制特制的玲珑釉，再入窑烧制成为玲珑瓷。那玲珑瓷的特点呢，它是看似洞透的亮孔，却滴水不漏，宛如一扇扇小窗户，晶莹剔透。那它也被称为米通或者是嵌玻璃上的瓷器。玲珑瓷的最主要的一个环节呢，其实是配置玲珑釉。 那我接手玲珑釉的釉料配方之后呢，其实也做了非常多的大胆的尝试。它从以前单一的一种颜色，也研发出来了五彩的玲珑釉的配方。那这样的话呢，我们通过这个技术的一个升级，也研发和设计出了非常多的有特色的而且很好玩的玲珑瓷。 制作玲珑瓷的门槛很高，所以玲珑瓷呢，它虽然没有断代，但是慢慢就被人遗忘了。玲珑瓷呢，在现在这个时代，它更需要呢通过多角度的、多元化的展现方式呢传播给大家。它需要更多的渠道，用销路和市场守护住这门技艺。买卖呢是最好的传承，卖的人多了，做的人也就回来了。 它让更多的人认识与了解了玲珑瓷，这让更多的老匠人们呢更愿意投入玲珑瓷的研究，也鼓励更多的年轻人呢愿意去从事玲珑瓷的一个创新，给玲珑瓷呢也注入了一股新的活力，这样呢才能让非遗更好的活态。